We share this violence together as Americans. So maybe whites have to look at it differently and blacks have to look at it differently. Whites have to realize that African American men have a fear, and boys have a fear of being confronted by the police because of some of these incidents. Some people may consider it rational, some people may consider it irrational, but it's a reality. It exists. And there's a second reality in the black community. The second reality in the black community is there's too much violence in the black community. So a black will die 1% or less at the hands of the police and 99% at the hands of a civilian, most often another black. So if you want to protect black lives, then you got to protect black lives not just against police, which happens rarely, although with tremendous attention, and which happens every 14 hours in Chicago. Every 14 hours, and we never hear from Black Lives Matter. Well, so if you want to deal with this on the black side, you've got to teach your children to be respectful to the police, and you've got to teach your children that the real danger to them is not the police. The real danger to them, 99 out of 100 times, 9,900 out of 1,000 times, are other black kids who are going to kill them. That's the way they're going to die. If I were a black father and I was concerned about the safety of my child, really concerned about it, and not in a politically activist sense, I would say be very respectful to police. Most of them are good. Some can be very bad. And just be very careful. And so what do police... I'd also say be very careful of those kids in the neighborhood and don't get involved with them, because, son, there's a 99% chance they're going to kill you, not the police. And we got to hear that from the black community. And what we got to hear from the black community is how and what they are doing among themselves about the crime problem in the black community. When there are 60 shootings in Chicago over the 4th of July and 14 murders, and Black Lives Matter is non-existent, and then there's one police murder of very questionable circumstances, and we hear from Black Lives Matter, we wonder, do Black Lives matter, or only the very few black lives that are killed by white policemen, but not all those black lives that are killed by other blacks?
You said that the Black Lives Matter movement has put a target on the back of police officers. When members of the African American community see videos as they have this week, they feel like there is a target on young black men. Explain your response about how they put a target on police officers, how that can match up when people see these videos.
Well, when they talk about killing police officers.
But they don't.
When they sing, well, they sure do. They sing rap songs about killing police officers, and they talk about killing police officers, and they yell it out at their rallies, and the police officers
Mr. Mayor, but Mr. Mayor, what you
seem
to be doing is taking...
Please let me finish. And when you say Black Lives Matter, that's inherently racist.
Well, I think their
Black Lives Matter, white lives matter, Asian lives matter, Hispanic lives matter. That's anti-American, and it's racist. Well, of course Black Lives matter, and they matter greatly. But when you focus in on 1% of less than 1% of the murder that's going on in America, and you make it a national thing, and all of you in the media make it much bigger than the black kid who's getting killed in Chicago every 14 hours, you create a disproportion. The police understand it, and it puts a target on their back. Every cop in America will tell you that if you ask him.
All right, Mayor Giuliani, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.